Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our Saturday live program. Today we have me, Fatma, and joining me is Amina and Aisha. So today we will be reading Surah Rahman. But before we begin, Amina, can you please read that introduction?
Yes, thank you. Surah Al-Rahman, the Most Kind. This Mukkan Surah begins with the most common attribute of Allah, Al-Rahman, the Most Kind. It enumerates countless gifts, bounties and favors of Allah and asks the simple question, so which favors of your Lord will you deny? This refrain is repeated 31 times after mentioning two favors, so effectively 62 favors of Allah are listed in this surah. People are challenged about how they deny the majestic, creative, almighty and powerful Lord. Sells hints in the mystery of the refrain, which resounds through the surah each time as a reminder of the creative reduplication of compassion, tying that core message into the morphology and the acoustics of language itself. Halim writes, the context of the surah clearly requires the enumeration of the blessings of Allah Al-Rahman that surround the addresses, men and jinn on both sides and above and below, so they are challenged to deny any of them. This context will be seen to govern the choice of material as well as the meanings of words and expressions. The first section of the surah draws attention to universal spiritual principles that underpin the existence of the universe and maintain, control and regulate. Just as the orbits of the moon and the sun are determined by Allah, so are the colors of flowers and the flavors of fruit. The farthest stars and planets in space are firmly under his control. The sun and moon move in exactly measured orbits, and plants and trees bow before him. Everywhere in the universe there is symmetry and balance. In human society, balance can take the form of just dealings with each other, family relations, business dealings, and transactions, where everything must be weighed and measured accurately. The second section presents a frightening and terrifying picture of Judgment Day and the punishment meted to disbelievers and those who deny the favors of Allah. The tenor of this passage is harsh and terrifying, reflecting divine anger. The image is a contrasting one to the luxuries, cool shade, delightful fruits, and flowing streams of paradise. This is followed by another section that describes a further two gardens to ordinary believers. So ranks will exist among the people of paradise, so they will among the people of hell.
Thank you, Amina. So now Aisha will read the first 30 ayahs of Surah Rahman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ولها الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغه لكم أيها الثقلان.
Thank you. So now, would you like to read the translation?
In the name of Allah, the kind, the caring. His favors come from the heavens. It is Ar-Rahman who taught the beloved messenger the majestic Quran. He created human beings and taught them the art of communication. The sun and the moon orbit in set paths. Plants and trees bow before him. He raised the sky and established the scales of justice. So don't disturb the scales of justice. Give due weight and measure. Don't shortchange one another. His favors are everywhere on earth. He created the earth for living creatures, supplying fruit and date trees with sheathed bunches, husked grains and fragrant flowers. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? He created human beings from oven-baked clay and created jinn from smokeless flame. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? He is Lord of two sun rising and setting. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? His favors also lie in the sea. He combined the sea water and fresh water. There's an invisible barrier between them which stops them mixing. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Pearls large and small come from there. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? The ships sail on the seas, looming high like mountains. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? How Allah is involved in human life. All things on earth will perish. All that will remain is your Lord, the majestic, and the giver of honor. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? All that is the heavens and the earth depends on him. Every day he appears in wondrous ways. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Will give you attention, humans and jinn. So which favors of your Lord will you deny?
Okay, so now Amina will read the next few ayahs.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فإذا انشقت السماء فكانت وردة كالدهان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيومئذ لا يسأل عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعرف المجرمون بسيماهم فيؤخذ بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هذه جهنم التي يكذب فيها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ولمن خاف مقام ربه جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجناح الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
MashaAllah. So would you now like to read the translation?
Before we do that, can we just discuss the bit that I should read, the translation.
Sure. Yeah.
So who'd want to go first?
So I think the first section that I read is talking about everything that Allah gives us, so like all His favors. So, for example, the first paragraph is His favors come from the heavens. His favors are everywhere on earth. His favors are also lie in the sea, and it's all about how Allah has given us everything, and we can't just take advantage of it. We actually have to appreciate it, and in return, we have to give Allah what He wants from us, as He has given us all of this. Allah does not have to give us all of this, but Allah is the most caring, so He did give.
Yeah. So I think that Allah created all of this for us, and yeah, like Aisha said, He didn't have to. So so He did all of this, and if we appreciate Him and if we appreciate Him and read the Quran and worship Allah, then we would go in heaven. So He gave us all of this, and we should appreciate it. And as it says, so which favors of your Lord will you deny? As it said in the introduction, it shows us that He has a lot of favors, and it said that he said that about 31 times.
Yeah, about 31 times.
Yeah, and like 60 favors, so that is a lot, and we should appreciate it.
Yeah, I was going to say that this section that I read, it goes into a lot of detail about the way jinns and humans were created, and also in the in the first paragraph, it says the sun and the moon orbit in set paths. And I think that's really interesting because it shows that Islam is a true religion, because not until probably maybe 300 years later did they actually figure out, or even maybe until the 1800s, um, did they figure out that the moon and the sun orbited the earth. Well, we orbited the sun,
Yeah.
which I find interesting because 1400 years ago now, they already knew that. Shall I read my translation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so space travel is possible. Human and jinns, if you have the capability of passing beyond the regions of heaven and the earth, then do so. But you won't be able to direct the next path without authority. So, which favors of your Lord will you deny? Flames of fire will lash at you, cover you with smoke, and leave you defenseless. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? The frightening scene of Judgment Day. When the sky splits up, it will be bright red like red leather. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? That day neither human nor jinn will be asked about their sins. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? The sinners will be recognized by the marks on their faces, and they shall be grabbed by their forelocks and feet. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? This is heaven, that the sinners denied. Here they will wander aimlessly between hell and cauldrons of boiling water. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? The two splendid gardens for the most pious. The person who fears standing before his Lord will have two gardens. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Both with thick foliage. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Both with two flowing mountains. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Both with fruits of two kinds. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Sitting relaxed on sofas lined with brocade, with their low hanging fruit gardens. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? In them will be ladies and lowered gazers, who no man or jinn would have touched. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? Like glamorous rubies and pearls. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? What is the reward for kindness except kindness? So which favours of your Lord will you deny?
Okay, thank you. So should we discuss?
Yeah.
So I think that, like my sister said before, about how the lunar, so the moon and the sun orbiting, Allah already knew that, and people discovered it later on. it is repeated again when one of the paragraphs is labeled space travel is possible. So space travel was only last century in the 1900s that Neil Armstrong was able to go to the space. I think that's really interesting because the ground was revealed hundreds of thousands of years before people did actually go to space. And in the surah, it's repeated multiple times. So, which favors of your Lord would you deny? Meaning, if Allah has given you all of this, why would you ever turn your back from Him? Why would you ever deny Him? So, it is really emphasizing people need to start realizing and appreciating their blessings.
Okay, thank you. Here it says the frightening scene of Judgment Day. So when we would read that, we can see it's very, very different from the two splendid gardens for the most pious. For Judgment Day, when people go to hell, they will. It says they shall be grabbed by their forelocks and feet. This is the hell that the sinner denied. So I think by that it means there are people in this world that don't believe in Allah, which there is. They don't believe in hell or heaven. So I think most of them they don't believe in hell or heaven. So they are getting a punishment for that. Whereas for the most pious who read the Quran, worship Allah, they get so much stuff compared to the disbelievers, and the disbelievers will regret it in the judgment day. So
What Aisha said about at the beginning, space travel is possible, the paragraph, I think it's also a bit of a prophecy to show that it's a bit like foreshadowing. Allah has represented that into this Quran, this majestic book of His word, and then years, hundreds of years later, it's possible it happens. So I think that also, I think this surah really shows that Allah is in control. Allah made everything. It's Allah. Allah is the only one who did it. And also, I think the next two paragraphs I read, the frightening scene of Judgment Day and the two splendid gardens for the most pious, in a bit of juxtaposition because on one side there's this horrible, awful hell that would scorch you and it will be bright red like red leather, and then there's the other side where you get what you want, fruits of two kinds. You get to sit on sofas. You get a lot of things in Jannah, and it also I think it just shows the difference between the two.
okay. So now the last few ayahs of the surah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما خنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مدهامتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان نضختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما فاكهة ونخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على رفرف خضر وعبقري حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان تبارك اسم ربك ذي الجلال والإكرام صدق الله العظيم. So now I'll read the translation. The two other gardens for ordinary believers. Besides these, there are two other gardens. So which favors of your Lord will you deny? Both with deep green foliage. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? Both have two gushing fountains. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? Both gardens will have plenty of fruit dates and pomegranates. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? In them will be ladies with charming character and beauty. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? With beautiful eyes living in tall tents. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? Never touched before by a human or a jinn. So which favours of your Lord will you deny? Sitting relaxed on soft cushions and fine carpets, so which favours of your Lord will you deny? Blessed in the name of your Lord, most majestic and giver of honours. So,
I think this paragraph is really just emphasizing that you can't just claim yourself to be a Muslim and think that you will have the best, highest place in Jannah. There are certain things you have to do. And Islam is a way of life. Some people follow religions and it's just what they believe in, but with our religion, it's a lot different. Every action we do, everything we say, or is to do with what we believe in and what we are taught and what our future will be. So it's really emphasizing that you can't just think you have it all or think that you will have it all. You have to actually work for it and do what's right instead of just thinking you know what's right.
okay, yeah. So, this paragraph is talking about ordinary believers. So, if we compare this with the previous paragraph, then we know that it's not very different, but it's not very different, slightly similar, but it's different. So instead of sofas, there are cushions and fine carpets. So this is telling us that the ordinary believers do get a reward on Day of Judgment, but the pious get slightly more. So the ordinary believers, they did work for it, but the pious worked even harder for it, if you get what I mean. Like Aisha
Yeah.
said, to work for it.
I was going to say that the last paragraph kind of follows up from the previous one. They're both talking about Jannah, they're both talking about there's two different types. But also, I also think that the two gardens, because they're still ranked, they're still in ranking order, one's still better than the other, you still get so many things, even in the lower one. You still get both gardens will have plenty of fruit, dates, and pomegranates. You still get uh, deep green foliage. You still have gushing fountains, and I think it's something that we can't even comprehend. Jannah. We think we can comprehend it, we really can't fathom because it's just so incredible.
Okay, thank you. So would one of you like to read the little things on the side?
Would
Whoever.
you like to read it, Aisha?
Okay. The perfect, complex, and lovely universe offers glimpses into the future life of the believer and the disbeliever. The exquisite secrets of paradise, with the comforts of its mansions and the efficiency of the service given, is indescribable. The fabulous gardens of paradise, the attractive habitat and divine splendor will make future life a true paradise.
Thank you. So now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of this live session. This was our third live session. Thank you for watching, and yeah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.